Arise, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming, where we are back yet again in the void of space. And I'm just going to drag this out for as long as possible so that Dot doesn't get to talk.
I think Gnome just said he didn't want to space.
Okay, cool. So then...
we need to check him and make sure he's feeling okay.
If our resident space boy can't space, then I'm sorry.
Traumatized you all that
we have to cancel the entire show.
No space
and
today.
the space is canceled.
Yep.
We are going to go do the Hot Springs episode, finally.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you did that. You guys went to the gooey hot spring.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
A gooey hot spring. Everyone loves those.
Hot spring with the demon child. I don't know.
Hey, there was demon child. There was goo.
This is like literally the worst hot spring I've ever heard in my life.
We had some brother drama. There was...
Well, you can't always get what you want.
There's a song like that, I think, right?
If you guys like what we do here, please go check us out on Patreon. If you want to talk about this show some more with us, please go check us out on the Discord. And most importantly, in the bottom right hand corner, you will see there's a bar down there. What that bar does is has two purposes. One, when it fills, like it did 7 times last week, Dot gets to do whatever the hell she wants to us, which is kill us and steal our ship and our pilot.
Should we recap?
No, not yet.
No, I was going to recap all the ways. Well, okay.
And most importantly,
Dot,
what it does is every dollar that goes into that bar, either one.
It does go into the bar first.
Yeah, goes to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing faces that you see before you. And with that, I will turn these over to Dot to recap both the bar and the events of last week. Dot?
Well, I think really the events of last week are entirely... Mike, why are you like this?
What are you doing, Mike?
Why are you this human?
To quote a famous TV star, why are you the way that you are?
Why are you the way that you are?
I was the void.
You were...
It creeps me out.
Become the void.
Okay, far too much for me to handle today.
I am space.
Last time, it was the audience that really drove the story, as we had 4 corruption bars filled in the evening, which led to a series of unfortunate events. Ones that, unfortunately, the crew that was actually on their feet had little to no say in. Tao was passed out, and all they needed to do was slip in to this empty portal station, set their coordinates, and get back to Coriolis. Unfortunately, the ship has a hitchhiker, one that got on board without their knowing, and made itself known thanks to a corruption bar, possessed the ship thanks to a corruption bar, left with the ship thanks to a corruption bar.
And me, I was on the ship. Don't forget about that.
With Tal on board. And Droid Boy.
Oh.
And the droid.
Excuse
and
me.
the droid on board.
He has a name.
Would you like to tell everybody what it is?
It's Gizmo. Thank you. Okay.
Gizmo.
I care very much for him. Thank you.
Gizmo and Tal were on board, kidnapped by whatever this entity was, and all their stuff and the black ooze that was seeping from the ship and their vessel was emptied out into the blackness of space. Were Tal and Gizmo included?
Better not have been.
I really hope the djinn strapped me in before he opened the doors.
We don't know. But that was really the least of their problems. Considering the fact that on board this station where they are now stranded, they are not alone. For the darkness between the stars creeps in any way that it can. And sometimes simply witnessing something is all you need for the darkness to corrupt and take over your minds. And this station, they found there were things, creatures, beings, living in the shadows. So once the reactor was up, and I want to think Soul had some fear. Soul felt fear.
Yeah, he had some emotional breakdowns.
And the lights came on. The Dark Mound made themselves known. Malik managed to get to the other side of the portal like station itself where the coordinates needed to go in. And that left Tamir and Sul to accidentally bump into the 3 Darkbound that were chasing Malik. Sul witnesses 2 things he's never seen before. An ancient djinn aboard their ship and the eyes of a Darkbound. And our camera zooms in on a frozen body of Sul.
Oh, God. I didn't want to say Tal.
Of Tal's body floating through space.
You
Frozen because she's dead.
All right, roll that new
Great that
character.
we were gonna have you for season 2, but I guess
It's fine. I will just play Gizmo.
Oh, yeah, you could do that.
I mean, also.
That is if Gizmo's still with us.
Oh, don't
Wow.
do that.
Just gonna kill off every potential character I have for season 2. Okay, thanks, Dot.
So as we jump in, the camera does pan in on Sul. Frozen body, eyes dark as empty space, devoid of light or pupils or anything that seems humane. Surrounded by 2 of these tall, gangly, shadowy creatures that slither and move with extended digits that come to heavy points. And instead of slicing you and clawing you to pieces as if they were to eat your flesh, they seem to be eating something much deeper. They stare deep at you, and we watch as a single shot fires from behind. One of them drops and dissipates into a cloud of smoke. And the camera zooms in deep on the darkness in Sul's eyes. You walk through an empty space with about 2 inches of water at your feet. You hear these distant sounds of a single blaster shot. Maybe Malik and Tamir's voices, but they are so far away. And here, you thought you were alone, but you blink and before you is a face that you've not seen in many years. Your brother, your younger brother. What does your younger brother look like?
He's kind of a skinnier version of me, a bit taller, short hair, and kind of a weak frame, but always seems to have this odd posture of him as if he always needs to say something and is always kind of afraid of something. Has a bit of a passive face, but has very strong features on his face. They're passive, but they have like direct lines.
And as you look deep into the face of your brother, again, something you've not seen in a long time, the world, this emptiness, this void around you begins to fill in. Pieces of something you've done before, but it feels so natural. And your brother speaks to you as if nothing is out of place, as if a moment plays again, a memory. And the 2 of you stand outside of a small tunnel, an exit tunnel, for a job. You're panting and sweating right in the middle of something. Your brother stops you and put hands on your shoulder and he goes, no, we're not going that way.
What do you mean? We have
He goes, stop talking. I have to tell you something important.
What? This is not the time.
He goes, I know, but I made a different deal, man.
What?
One that's gonna make us so much more money.
You altered the plan?
He says, I didn't alter it. He's like, I just made it better. He's like, they're never gonna know, and all we've got to do. He's like, there's a transport waiting on us just over the hillside.
We have to complete this task. He's gonna know.
There's a actual pause, and your brother takes a deep breath and looks over your shoulder to make sure that nobody's coming behind you. And he says, I don't care. He's like, this job, if we do it this way, we'll have enough credits. We don't have to worry about him anymore. We could buy our way out, man.
you're thinking of leaving, especially with what just happened.
He says, what else am I supposed to do?
I told you. Stick with the family and we'll get through it.
What family, man?
Listen, this isn't the way to do it. You're going to get us both killed.
He's all you got to do is come with me. Nobody's got to die if you just come with me.
You're going to die. They're not going to stop looking for you.
We could do it together.
You're doing it the wrong way.
He goes, what do I got to do? What do I do? What do I got? And he kind of looks around. He's like, we don't have much time. And he's like, I'm going this way. And I want you to come with me.
There's nothing I can do to change your mind.
No. I just want you to be my brother, man. To leave this family. We could do it again. Better, different.
Hector.
He looks kind of perturbed that you use that name.
Right. Sorry. Gizmo, whatever. Just listen, you do know if we do this, they're not going to stop hunting both of us.
Yeah, but we'll have each other's backs.
I don't want you to live a life of just always looking over your shoulder.
And he goes, but I'll have you to look over my shoulder and me to look over yours.
You're putting me in a real rough spot.
Not if you say yes.
Yeah.
And he's
I
like,
guess.
Yeah? He says, come on, man. He's like, we've got 2 minutes to make it over the hillside.
So you have the chip that we have to return? Is that what you have?
He digs in his pocket and he pulls out one of them. He pulls one out and he says, I got it. Safe and secure.
And your other deal, what is it?
He kind of swallows and he says, I mean, are we going to stand here and talk business or like... And you hear the sound of feet coming up from behind you. Your brother goes, we don't have time for this. And he begins to pull on you. You can see he's still worn out from the run and escape from the mission itself. And blaster shots start coming up over the hill. One of them tags your brother in the shoulder.
Oh, fuck. Come here. And I'll grab Gizmo and kind of pull him close to me.
He uses you to kind of stand himself up. He's like, we have to move. And he starts hobbling that direction with or without you. Okay.
I think I will follow him. I'm slowly following him just a little bit to see where he leads.
Okay. He kind of, he needs your help. At this point, it's tagged him and he's bleeding out pretty heavily. And as he throws his arm over your shoulder, you can see him smile. He's bleeding from the nose and his mouth, and but he may make it. And as you hobble off, he kind of grabs you and puts you in front of him, pulls you really close, and tosses an arm around you, not in a needing to hold you up kind of, or hold me up kind of way, but in a like a brotherly hug kind of way. And he squeezes really tight. The blaster shots, you can hear him like, pew, pew, pew. They're firing. They can't see you yet, but they're like off in the distance. And he whispers in your ear, and he says, you're the only brother I ever needed.
Yeah. And I tried. And I'm sorry. And
What?
then with that, I would push forward my Mercury dagger directly upwards into his ribs.
There's a crunch sound as you break through rib cage. Do you turn the dagger on, or is this just a regular
So
dagger?
I would push it inwards,
Mhm.
twist it, and then turn it on. And then I would cover his mouth with my other hand.
His eyes grow big, and there's a moment of terror that rushes over his face, and then a moment of understanding. And he looks at you, and his eyes well with tears as you the dagger on, and you hear him.
And then Saul leans in and whispers, "This is your only true freedom, and I'm sorry."
And as you...
I'm sorry that I couldn't protect you from it. And then I'll just push upwards more with the dagger.
And you hear him like take a final breath, and he's trying to hang on. He pulls you close. Your foreheads touch. You can smell his fucking sweat on his face. And he lets out a final breath as his body goes limp in your arms, and his hand releases your suit that you're wearing. As you remove the dagger, it's smooth and clean, cauterized.
Saul will lean down, take a moment to look at his brother's body, take the chip, stand up, and he kind of has this very disoriented look on his face. It's like kind of like a half grin smile, but he has tears rolling down, and he immediately just tries to wipe it away. And it's like someone trying to reset themselves, and he kind of like hits his cheeks a couple times, shakes it off, tries to wipe the tears again, but they just keep like coming down, very just completely weirdly not matching, and he just keeps trying to clean it off. And there's a point where he just pulls a mask up to cover his face. To cover your face.
They are getting ever closer. And you turn and know that the direction you should have been headed to begin with. And as you run, all we see is the silhouette of your brother's body behind you. And you fade into this dark tunnel leading you out the other side to complete a mission. As you pass into the darkness, you hear your feet. This memory fades away back into the void. And you stand there empty with a dagger in your hand, water at your feet, and a vast nothingness. This time, though, the dagger, it's strange. There's a dark viscousness on the end of it. And as the camera pans out, leaving you smaller and smaller and smaller in this empty void, the camera exits through Sewell's eyes and back out to the scene at hand. And we go back into initiative.
It's not jagged. Ugh, I can't even talk.
You're in shock. I shocked them.
Good night, everybody. We're done here. We'll see you next week for the chilling conclusion.
No, wait, hold on. I gotta come in and save you guys.
For the chilling conclusion of Everyone's a Murderer.
Okay, well, we'll come back to that. Nobody get excited. We still have 2 Darkbound. So the scene outside of Sewell's mind in this dark emptiness is it's okay.
It's like a perpetual Pikachu face. Like I can't.
Good job.
That is all this game is perpetual Pikachu face.
I just want to say,
like this now.
Gnome, not to shit on Paul here, but like, in the grand scheme of good brothers, like, give me a break, bro. For shit's sake.
Very loud and clear. That was a mercy killing. I totally saw it.
I was doing mercy crimes.
I understand still.
I did mercy crime. It's still less than mercy murder.
Right. At least we're alive.
Some things make
some people are alive.
And some things break people.
God damn. That was a good one. Yikes.
So whose turn?
Yikes, dog.
That's a good question. We actually start at the top of turn order, which I saved from last week on my snazzy new notepad phone. What up?
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I write. Okay, so I'm going to take 2 minutes to brag on the fact that I now take all my RPG notes on this little tablet with a little pen, and I've organized them by show. Okay, that's it. That's all I have to say. Okay, there's one here that says void. So Sewell is actually at the top of the round. Unfortunately,
yeah, I don't know what.
we're gonna say all that What's your time?
Okay, I'm down for that.
It makes it Malik's turn. So you see this one that you shot goes down. It poofs. Remember, it drops basically a skeleton. It's almost like its exterior black shadowiness dissipates outwards, leaving a skeleton behind. There are still 2 more that have been untouched that are surrounding Sewell. And you watch as his body like goes limp and hits the floor at their feet.
Cool. I don't think I have time to do much about that. I just continue to open fire from the safety of this door that I know can seal. Do I see Tamir from where we are?
Tamir has gone around the corner.
Okay. Hopefully,
and you have not heard from Tamir.
Hopefully he's using his dumb brain and he's running the fuck away. In the meantime,
it's probably
I fail to shoot at anything.
Great. As Sewell's body hits, maybe it's just enough of a distraction as you take a fire, and they almost move with an uneasiness, a ferocious fastness, the way that a shadow shifts when you flick the lights on.
Like that.
And they adjust their movement. One of them turns. You can see its head turns to look at you.
No.
Did you... You should have 1 additional action point if you want to use it.
No. I fired. That's 2 points. That's a slow action. That's it. That's all I'm going to do.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. You fire. It misses, but again, it turns to look at you.
Yeah.
Tamir, there's been an uneasy as you try to catch your breath. Again, you coming out of your own moment, thinking about you and your brother and this time here and just everything that got you in this place. You're shoving fabric into the tight neck of a bottle to make Molotovs, but nothing has come out from around the corner as you sit in cover.
Great. So Tamir's gonna go
ahead and take like a couple of the bottles and just with some fabric or whatever whatever cloth he could find from behind there, make a couple of the Molotovs. His suit probably, I would assume, has some type of welding tool kind of already.
So like a torch,
like a flame. So he's gonna go ahead and light one of them and just start booking it back towards Soul.
Okay.
Because he had seen Soul go down.
I would say yes. So I would say if we're thinking about this, it's kind of like it's kind of like a long hallway. At one end of that hallway is the room that Malik is in, the hallway, and then it L corners out to the open area where the canteen is. So you probably saw Soul hit the ground and one of them dissipate.
Okay.
But you cannot probably see Malik.
Okay, great. So Tamir is going to go ahead and kind of like run up, and knowing full well that they are all still in exo shells, so fire shouldn't be a problem. However, he knows the reaction that the fire will cause with any sort of station system. And if he can kind of like take a quick look over at Malik, who is still inside of the other room, he's going to slam down one of the Molotovs at the creatures and activate the lockdown protocols.
Okay. Do you want to be which side of the lock?
Tamir's going to stay with Soul.
Okay. Your brother makes eye contact at you, appearing out of nowhere, in hand, bottle of alcohol, burning flame. And in a slow motion moment, you both make eye contact down this long hallway, Soul's body at your feet. And you watch as your brother smashes this Molotov and it explodes outwards. I actually think, I don't know if Molotov's in here as an explosive. I don't know that Molotovs qualify as like a sci-fi explosive.
I don't think they thought of that when they were creating this game.
But that being
they
said,
came from a kind of primitive tech world. Why would that?
Yeah, I mean, okay.
You know what? It's not the best explosion because it's not like gasoline or anything.
Right. It'll be enough
it's a fire that would trigger the systems.
Explosives.
And set some stuff in.
Can be anything from primitive detonated capsules to advanced grenades. Look at you. Okay, so what I'll say in this case, because it just kind of generally talks about explosives. is. I thought I'd find something similar. I guess not. Yeah, it probably does 2 points of damage when you roll it. And since you are throwing it at short range. Oh, here we go. Yes, look. Ha, stun grenade. Third, okay. A breach charge. Man, they got some serious stuff here. I'm going to treat this like a concussion grenade. No, an inferno grenade. That's what I'm looking for. This will be an inferno grenade. So the blast power is 9, the damage is 2, and the critical is 1. It is a short range. So, yeah, roll up that melee.
Eh?
The good news is you and Sewell don't have to worry about taking damage, you're right, because you're both in a suit.
I mean, I'll roll. I don't know. Strength, agility?
Melee, I believe ranged combat is...
Oh, melee. Okay, I see. Yeah, it's strength. Shit. There we go.
Ranged combat is agility.
Cool.
Cool. I mean, it's a Molotov. It's going to explode when you drop it.
And that was the core purpose.
That's the core purpose. It drops, but not quite exactly where you planned. A little farther forward. The good news is it still captures them in its blast radius. It is a literal blast radius. Yeah. So these dark-bound creatures, you hear them kind of screech as they take to the ceilings almost immediately, as if they are drawn there, magnetized. And they begin crawling kind of away towards Malik. And the fire burns. And you see a sprinkler drops from the system. It starts letting out like a compressed air. And there are like emergency lights that kick on, and you hear a voice say, fire doors closing. Sewell is on the other side of the doors. You're gonna have to make it through the door in time if you want to be with him.
Oh, crap. Okay. Running?
So yeah, it'll be another, I'm going to give you another roll because you did call it with your turn. If you want to take it that way. I would say this is a dexterity roll to get through the door in time.
I'm so scared.
Okay. You did it. You hear it go, doors closing, and you're like, okay, cool. You have a moment to breathe, and it goes, and you see it begin to close in. Sewell on the opposite side. You make a running kind of dive for it. It cuts very close to your foot as you slip it through, the kind of wideness of the suit. And the door, it is now you and Sewell kind of in a flamey area that's slowly like dissipating down. Some things have become charred. The two Darkbound, and you see Malik on the other side. It is now the Darkbound's turn. They're no longer interested in fire. So they run down towards Malik. They will use their entire turn to cross the distance, and like in a blink of an eye, Malik, they are on top of you. It's your turn.
Dope.
So...
Well, you see, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna fire on these mofos because I don't have a choice. So yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
2 successes.
That'll do. You're gonna just fire at one of them?
Yeah, that's
they
all I
are
can
in
do.
short range now.
I don't know if that affects my pistol.
I don't think it does.
No,
if it's the Vulcan pistol, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
My range is short, so that works.
What do they gotta roll? They gotta roll things, don't they?
Yeah, so I fired. They roll if they have defense.
I don't actually think that they do.
I don't think they do either.
Correct. They do not.
Have a buttload of hit points.
They do have a buttload of hit points. So tell me my damage there, sir.
It's just 2. It's just 2 on this one.
Okay, 2 it is. You fire on one of them. You watch as a chunk of this darkness, it kind of explodes outwards, and from it, like ink in water, this kind of black inkiness fizzles out and into the air. Okay, they have taken 2 Tamir. It is your turn.
Again?
There's no one else
What
here.
happened to me?
There's nobody else here.
Oh,
So
shit.
Sewell's out.
Oh, I'm just knocked out.
Sewell's knocked out. Everything that we did is what's happening to Sewell at the moment.
Oh,
Shit.
I see. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Sewell's body is like on the ground limp. His eyes are wide open and they are jet black.
Snow dogs.
The corruption bar is filled.
Yes, it is. K.
I love you, buddy. But also,
Okay, so
Why?
I have to say, so I was really debating this one particular story thing I wanted to happen, and I couldn't really decide if it was too dark to bring to the
You're
table.
fine.
But
it's
you know what? If a corruption bar has been filled, best bring that corruption.
Here comes Tao riding
It's
the ship.
your turn, Tamir.
I guess so because Tamir's with Soul. Do like a quick check of vitals, like he's alive. Yeah.
Yeah, you the sprinkler, the air pressure comes down, empties it out very quickly, and you kind of come over and you begin checking him for vitals. So this would be a metacurgy check, technically.
Nah, I don't know metacurgy.
But I would take a survival as a wit. Do you have survival? If not, I can just take a wits roll. Wow. You come over and look him over. He's perfectly fine. He's breathing. His pulse is fine. You can see his, no, his eyes are open. What is unclear is why his entire eyes are completely jet black. Thick blackness. You can see no definition of pupil or dilation or any of that. And Sewell is bleeding from his left ear. Whatever they've done to him seems to have either left him in like a comatose state. He seems to be sleeping, basically, is what the stasis of his body. Or they have, he's been drugged in some way. Are the only two things that you could come up with without being a proper like doctor roll.
Okay, so he's alive. Great. Tamir is gonna get up and kind of like reach into his space pouch. What's on the fucking suit? And pull out the talisman.
Okay. You begin reaching around in your pocket and you pull out this talisman. This is the kind of rounded angular stone that was pulled off the bottom.
That was
right.
off of the statue. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What would you like to do with it?
Tamir is going to just kind of like stare at it for a moment and hold it in his hand and just kind of like talk to it, because still not really hasn't made all the pieces together, but definitely pieced something together.
Okay, my friend. You helped me once before, and I need you to help me again. I need to get through these doors and help my brother. And he's just gonna
pray to it.
Okay. You, right next to Sewell, you close your eyes. You hold this stone. You feel that slight vibration again. Just a light buzzing of energy that seems to be activated by your touch. And as you pray to it, I am going to have you roll a mystic power. Mystic powers, yes. Interesting, let's see. Okay. All right. You hold it close, and as it begins to kind of vibrate, it starts to warm up a little bit. And you are, this is something that you've not seen or felt before. And you can see it between your fingers, let off a kind of blue ember. And it seems to be activating in some way, though you are unsure exactly what to do with that, if that makes sense. But it does seem to be ready. Like in your hand, it's like, and it's glowing. What do you do with it?
Oh, God. Okay. That's not what he had wanted to happen. He wanted the astral projection thing because that's the only thing he's seen it do.
Mm-hmm.
Balls. Okay, great. Not helpful. Tamir will go ahead and just start booking it towards the closed door right now. He needs to get into that room.
The one with Malik.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna leave Sewell?
Yep. Sewell's alive.
Okay. I need you to make a roll for me. I need you to make a dexterity. Actually, what is your armor? Are you wearing any?
With the exoshell, it's 2. Mm-hmm.
You're in your exosuit, so it's 2.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Sewell.
Oh shit.
I would like for you to make an attack roll.
Oh shit.
As you breathe and come to, and your dagger almost instantly within the dream you were having slices forward and is going to attempt to pierce the closest thing, which is, of course, Tamir.
Okay, so I just regular.
Just make an attack. Yep, just make an attack. This is why the corruption bar is here.
Oh god.
How much damage does it do?
Oh shit. A 0.
Critical damage with the dagger.
What is your crit number?
2.
On the dagger. 2.
So you need a 5 to actually activate a crit, I think.
I believe that's true. Yes, because you need 2 critical die. Yeah. Okay, that's 4. You rolled 4 6s on that. I need everybody 4 6s on that die pool. Okay. So not critical damage. What is the regular damage on
3.
it then?
3.
So you go to get up to run to your brother. This stone's like, and there's this kind of moment where you feel a pierce, a sting in your stomach. And as you look down, you realize that Sewell has come to and has set straight forward and plunged his dagger into your side and your chest. There's still this kind of inky blackness over Sewell's eyes, as if he's not completely there. But he does manage to pierce your suit and into you for a point of damage. And he quickly pulls it free and his body falls flat again.
Oh.
Malik, you watch this happen. You turn to look at your brother. It's not his turn. It's the Darkbound's turn. And Malik has been standing there with the glass doors open, pew, pew, firing, and they are on top of him. It's your turn. It's my turn to now attack you. So what did they want? Okay, one of them simply reaches out, the one that you hit with their claws, and will attack melee. Oopsies. A success. How much? Yep.
It fails.
It fails. Great. And then
I think it does just remove 1 point of damage.
They only do a point of damage with their
cool,
claws.
Cool. Okay, so I rolled 1 6 on my defense.
Great. The second one reaches out and is like, rah, as well, and reaches for you. Another limited success.
Oh God! Woo!
Yeah. They scrap at you, and you manage to dodge and like pull back. They don't hit you as the doors slide close, and now their claws down this glass pane on the other side. As you turn and look,
no.
Sewell plunges a dagger into your brother's stomach.
No, I don't like this. What you're saying.
Okay, it's your turn.
Where are these monsters?
On the other side of the glass.
Okay.
You can step forward and it'll slide open and you can shoot them. They don't seem to be able to penetrate the glass or come through.
Balls. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna use the door data pad thing that I was using before to like manually override to open the door as like my
manually press to open it.
Yeah, to like keep it open so it doesn't like automatically close anymore.
Oh, you can easily do that. There's just a special button you need to like flip or press.
I'm gonna do
okay.
that. I'm gonna do that, and that's like a fast action, and then I'm gonna shoot them with a slow action.
Okay. Yeah, the door open and you're able to. I would say that's a total free action to like open the door.
In that case, then I'm gonna step back away from the door a little bit. And then I'm gonna fire on these bows. Cool. Ranged combat. Pow! 1 success, 2 damage.
They will take it in total because they can. Do you fire on the same one, or do you fire on a
Yeah,
different one?
I mean, if I can tell the difference, then I will aim for the one that I.
You can see that as you every time you shoot them, it's almost like they dissipate a little bit in their black sustenance.
Yeah.
That's like keeping them together. It kind of dissipates and wisps away. Of course, underneath is nothing but a skeleton.
Okay.
So you fire on the same one for another 2 points. It actually has to take a couple steps back this time, putting one ahead and one behind.
Okay.
Malik.
Tamir.
Tamir. I'm sorry. You were Malik.
So Sol is back down on the ground, right?
Sol, yeah, limp as he can be.
I think Tamir's just going to kind of apply pressure to the area and keep trying. Yeah, I know it's a good idea.
It's a good idea.
He knows it's a good idea. And he's gonna slowly make it towards the door, and almost angrily now, just work, please.
Okay. And as you say work, please, do you do anything or do you just yell at it?
You're squeezing it. He's hurt.
And
he's very scared.
You yell at it, and as you're so scared, you're like, do something. It's your energy. Something passes through you, that aggression, that purpose, that drive. I'm gonna have you roll another mystic power. Now that you're close to them.
I'm gonna.
You gonna give it to me? Okay, I'm gonna take a darkness point.
I mean, I've given you 3 already. Now, every time I use the mystic power, you get one.
On this thing, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I marked that one. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's 3. You say, work, you stupid thing! And it's not that it doesn't do what you want it to do. It's just that it lets out a massive, I don't know, explosion's not the right word. It's like a massive energy pulse. You feel it smash into your chest. You feel it smash into them, the walls around you. Malik, Malik, you feel it too. It bashes against you, knocking you backwards. It pushes Sol's inanimate body down the hallway, thudding into the door. Overhead, you hear, fire is now out. The doors open again. It doesn't do anything. It's still glowing. It's still buzzing and humming as if it's been turned on, but it has not actually activated. You might, in fact, think that it just told you fuck no.
Yeah.
One day you'll figure out what this does.
Maybe.
It's okay. It's all right. Anything else you'd like to do? I would say that might actually. Oh no, it takes a full slow action.
That was.
It takes a slow action to exit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So that's it. He'll go through the doors next.
Great, coming for your brother.
Yeah. He will literally just straight up tackle one of those things if he needs to.
Great. Well, as you look up after this kind of mass power pulse releases outwards, you realize it has sliced them down the middle, as if it just right through the darkness that creates them, leaving this kind of empty place. And you watch as they become a little unstable, and they to the ground. And they kind of split and shatter. The blackness this time does not dissipate. It simply leaves 2 skeletal figures laying at the feet of your brother, matching the one just behind you. The darkness instead and shadows to the corners and seeps into the edging, seeking a new body. The camera cuts to the ship. We see the camera pan in on Tao. who looks sound asleep in one of the cryostasis chambers. Her eyes flash back and forth underneath her eyelids, and we take a moment to see what it is that Tao has seen. Tao, you had this incredible vision the last time that you were within your own mind, I guess you could say. And here you stand once again, still sitting on this rock, this planet, this thing. But this time, something deep across the universe calls to you. It's almost like you've been in some kind of meditative state. But a voice, a song, it calls and beckons from the opposite side of the galaxy. Something is wrong. And as you seek, your eyes searching solar system to solar system, planet to planet, seeking who it is, what it is that calls out to you, finally you zoom in on a planet. It quickly pans down to a much smaller level than space, and you can feel anguish, the sound of people screaming. Death permeates in the air. It is potent in your nose. Nobody around you seems to notice you or see that you're there. As you walk through, you can see that this is some kind of repurposed, maybe a laboratory, some kind of experimentation like location, deep in a forest. You can see men in military attire moving about. There are a few people in chains, but what catches you the most is the fact that there are more dead bodies than there are ones in chains. They stack and pile them to the side as if they mean nothing. And that song again pings in your ear. You seek it out once again as you rush to find whatever it is. It sings and it calls to you. But as you step through a doorway, it leads you into the bottom of Coriolis, into the cellar. You see men again, dressed as like Coriolis guard, basically, moving people into these drop pods and cryostasis chambers and shipping them out. There's one man in particular, though you do not see his face. He is large in size, shaped like a pear. He gestures a few times and he points to one person in particular at the end, threatens them. They break immediately under his intimidation and they whisper something to him. And though you are meters away from them, you can hear that whisper clear as day. It comes through and it says, make sure I give you the right name. No. Yeah. It says the priestess. Surely. That name rings true in your ear. And as you look towards the future, time spanning faster forward, you see her, the woman. She blessed your ship. She gave you something. She acted as if she knew you. You can see her in the cellar of Coriolis. She hides as feet trump past her. She looks off in the distance, right at you, the only person that has seen you. And she says, "Help us." And as she says that, your breath comes to, as if somebody has jabbed adrenaline into your chest. Except there's nobody there. The door of a cryotube opens. You don't know how you got here, how long you've been here, but at least you're on your own ship. But it is quiet. You hear the computer come over. Docking complete.
the fuck where we docked? I will start going. I will go actually straight to the cockpit to figure out what's going on. On my way, I'm going to be looking for literally anything out of the ordinary. And I know my ship.
You look around, you're like, okay. You're looking around, you're like, well, first off, there's nobody else here. Second off, you check every nook and cranny. You run down to the cargo bay. Large items in the cargo bay have been strapped down. You did not strap those down. But as you look around, you see that there's like some things missing, small things, stuff on tables, plants, dishes. You even check in everybody's rooms. Blankets are gone. Pillows are missing. It's as if somebody emptied out anything that wasn't strapped down or bolted to something.
Someone strapped down all my big shit and stole all my small shit. And then docked me somewhere. Great. I will check the computer to see if I can figure out where we were. Maybe
your travel log.
Yeah.
You beep boop in. You're like, where the hell have I been?
Yeah. Where
it seems that you took quite a trip out away from the station here in Taoan, the portal station. Actually, better yet, the last time you were awake, you were on a gas mine, weren't you?
No, we docked.
You docked? Okay. I want to make. That's right. You just didn't get off.
Yeah, we docked. The guys said that I had to stay because I was the only one who could fly well. And then I went to go check on the little boy that we had in the cryo chamber. Next thing I know, I'm in the cryo chamber.
The boy is not there. There is no boy. No sign of ever having a child been on board this vessel. It looks that you docked with the station, and promptly within about 20 minutes of docking, left, went about 2 hours out into space near the sun, emptied the contents of your vessel, and you came back. You don't remember doing any of that.
Great. So the entire time I'm going around, I am talking out loud. I'm cursing. I'm like, where is this thing? And I was supposed to have paperwork for that job here. And
as you're talking to yourself, something interrupts you. The sound of as if somebody's like revving gears, tiny gears.
I will go find where it is.
You track it down. You see that Sewell's droid was probably in the emptying out, was wedged in between some cargo and stuff, and it's kind of like stuck. It's like if you turned a Roomba on its side and jammed it between two crates. It can't really do its job. It definitely was part of what was being vented, but thanks to corruption coming elsewhere in the game, Gizmo survived.
So I will unwedge it, and I'll look it straight in the camera, and I'll say, Sewell, what the fuck just happened? Answer me.
As you hear that, the camera pans. Tamir, Malik, as these two bodies hit the floor, down the hallway where Sewell's body is, you watch as his comm unit on his and his HUD on his arm lights up, and you see Tal's face far too close to the camera. Like,
yeah, I'm like right here.
She's like, "What the fuck is going on?" You hear it ring out. We are out of combat.
Yeah, if I don't hear any response, I will just throw it on the ground. Not that hard, but just like, whatever, I don't care. And go to look around outside, see if there's any immediate dangers in the docking bay. You're muted.
You look around, and it doesn't seem like there is anything out of place here. There's no sign of distress or struggle. There's no bodies. There's also none of your crew.
Okay, well, they had to go plot the course. Everything's fine. It's fine, Tal. They just had to go plot the course. They'll be back. Everything's fine. That thing's still here. Maybe I'll get a response. You always talk
to yourself.
Yes? I'm the only one here. Who else would I talk to? Who am I talking to? Who are you? Did you take my ship?
I am your ship.
That is not Sally's voice.
Sally is resting.
Okay, what's your name?
Names hold great power. I would never give you mine.
Then what can I call you?
Whatever you'd like.
Never heard that one before. Okay, new ship.
If you seek your crewmates, they were left. They seemed interested in plotting a new course.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I'm sure you heard that I was talking out loud. You know, it's very strange not to have Tamir here. I feel very odd. I'm very uncomfortable with this.
What makes you so uncomfortable?
Because it's like there's a stranger in my home and they won't even tell me what their name is. And the person who's usually in my home is not here.
Stranger. You were the stranger who took me from my home.
Well, if I did, I apologize. I didn't mean to. But yeah, this is actually where I've been living my entire life, like this specific ship. So yeah, this is my home.
He says, I too have spent my eternity in a council.
Oh. Would you like some coffee?
I do not understand requests.
I just try to be nice. Normally, my parents would offer guests coffee when they would come in. And I mean, it's really old coffee. It's probably not that great anymore, but it's something. You know, we're living on really slim rations at the moment.
He says, then it would be unwise to give it to something that does not gain sustenance from food.
Okay, well, you know, I don't know who you are.
He says, yes, you do. And as he says that, from all of the crevices of your ship, empty this smoky kind of blue and gray, and it whirls up. And as it does, it creates the image of the little boy.
Hey, you asked to come on the ship. You asked to come on the ship. I just was like, hey, if you need a ride, I'll give you a ride. But I mean, if you didn't want to go, you could have not.
His mouth does not move, but you hear the same kind of wispy, slithery voice as right in your ear. And as it says, is this not a more pleasant form?
Actually really creepy. I'm not entirely sure. I think I might be more comfortable talking with you like I talk with Sally. I'm not really that great with kids.
He says, oh, I can. And he changes into a grown man, normal, average, understated.
Okay.
Is this better?
You could move your mouth a little bit. That's a little better. I just, you know.
The person standing there goes, says nothing.
Yeah, sure. It's like I have the mute button on.
Instead of jabbing me, I also
right.
have the mute button on. The man, the figure in front of you turns and like looks out the porthole window towards the station. And he says, they are in trouble.
Shit. And I will grab both my pistols, put on my exosuit, and I feel weird saying this, but could you watch my ship and not take it this time?
As long as I can get a ride.
I will totally give you a ride if I'm not. Where do you want to go? As I'm putting on pieces of my exosuit, where did you want to go?
Yeah, the man stands there. Again, no mouth movement, only the voice. I seek refuge on Coriolis.
Oh, hey, we're going there. We can totally take you.
He says, good. Is it a deal?
Sure. Just
the man puts his hand out.
I will attempt to shake his hand. Is it corporeal?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You touch it and it feels like skin. He's warm.
Strange.
He shakes your hand. The voice again. A deal has been made.
Yeah, I just really want to get my crew and get back to Coriolis.
He says, good luck. And hand still in yours, he down into smoke and dissipates once again into the crevices and nooks and crannies of your vessel. This quiet.
Really weird. I will put my helmet on because it's the last piece, stuff all my hair into it, and double check both of my pistols, make sure they're ready to go. I will say a very quick prayer to the traveler, kiss the side of my ship, and exit.
You check everything. You say the quick prayer. Maybe even on your way out, go to touch the mark that was on your vessel, the one that she left behind. But Tal, as you go to reach for it, you, right before your hand touches it, you stop. And you look very close. The symbol is different. That's not the one that she drew.
Shit.
Though you don't have a lot of time to think about that as you turn and rush into the station.
Okay.
You look at this that moment like, too much stuff. See me. And you rush in. And as you rush in, lights are on, power is on there. Everything seems to be left untouched. There's no dust, no nothing. There's no bodies. But as you rush in, you're like, I know this place. This is the exact same station that we just left in terms of layout. And so you know exactly where they're headed if they're headed to the Portal Master's station. And as you cut into the open area where the centralized cantina was, you see at a distance Sewell's body flopped down onto the ground. There is no sign of Tamir or Malik. We're going to rewind a couple minutes. You guys heard Tal scream out through the wristband on Sewell. And the two of you are left standing there over two piles of bones.
I'm sorry, did you say she sees Sewell and we're not there?
Are you guys going to Sewell? You guys are technically inside the Portal Master station.
But it's right there, right? We can see Sewell from the portal.
It's around the corner. You can. It's like
so
an L-shaped corner.
You didn't temporarily shift us to some other plane of existence.
I was thinking that too. Where are we?
Where are we, Dot?
She just can't, entering that open space on the far side. She can't see you around the corner.
Right. Okay.
I mean, honestly, despite how aloof Malik usually is, I think he would have gone to Sewell in this scenario.
Okay.
Because there is if we go back down the L-shaped corridor, that's right where the Medic-Urge is, and I know that
the station.
And I am clearly the best medical person we have.
Great, and it's a good thing too because your brother seems to be holding his side.
I don't have any Medic-Urge. I don't know what this is.
No.
You're not wrong, though.
Yeah, I honestly would think that once these things drop and there's that awkward scene of there's Tamir on one side of the door, Malik on the other side of the door, they collapse and we're just staring at each other, unsure what the hell's happening. He just kind of points to Sewell. Is he okay?
He just stabbed me.
The reality of that situation is now settling.
Okay.
Wowzer,
Honestly,
wowzer,
We're
wowzer.
good. Okay.
Oh, I'm dead.
I want to get off of this station, like now.
Dot, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
In the state that I'm in, it's not that I'm like, you said I'm like sort of like asleep, right?
Yeah,
Like a
kind
coma
of.
kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm dreaming, my physical body's kind of reacting to as well. And is that why he stabbed
Yeah.
Amir?
Yeah.
So would it be okay to say that on my cheeks there were tears rolling down?
Sure. I definitely say by now, if you get over there, he's crying. You can see his eyes are actively weeping, and from them, they almost drag the darkness with them.
But I'm still knocked out though, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, you're out.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. You're out for now.
Yeah, I think the he just stabbed me kind of knocks Malik a little bit, and he says, "Shit, yeah, no, apply pressure. Come with me." And he starts to walk towards Soul's body.
No, and like
And Malik's gonna just like grab hold of you and like pull you closer. Like, no,
you're not going anywhere near him. Something is very wrong.
No, I get it. That's why I'm trying to take him to the Metacurge.
No.
What do you mean, no? Either way, we have to walk by them because you're bleeding and venting oxygen, so we need to get you to the Metacurge. I'm pretty sure they have duct tape.
Duct tape works in space. This is proven.
You were in space.
Yeah, it's great. Duct tape. Hashtag not sponsored, but you should.
Space tape.
Space tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duct tape for space.
There would be space tape and maybe Metacurgy.
Totally. I need to start planning the coordinates to get us back to Coriolis.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to not be bleeding anymore.
I'm fine. It'll be okay. You can stay in here with me, with your gun, and lock the door so Soul cannot get in. Hmm?
It's glass.
Like bulletproof glass?
No, I think it's just regular glass.
There's no...
it's not like a thick pane.
I mean, it is a
I have no way to know that.
Thick
It just
glass
looks like
doors.
Yeah,
It just looks like a glass door.
Here's the thing.
A
Based
frosted
on the
glass door.
last place, Tamir, you're probably right. This is a very thick, heavy door.
Mhm.
The creatures couldn't get through it, and based on the
Right, they were beating on it.
yeah, they were beating on it, and based on the last space station, you know, there were guards and stuff here. It would make sense for this to be heavily guarded and probably
Right.
bulletproof glass.
Great.
Please, just listen to me. This is going to take time. I need you to be very alert for anything. But we have to start this. This is going to take a while.
Okay, all right. And he like lets Tamir in the room, and then with like a last glance at Soul, he and closes the door.
The door closes as the two of you stare at Soul's unconscious body at the end of the hallway, choosing
Dicks.
not to help him in the moment.
You guys are dicks. I make one mistake, okay?
You
accidentally
turn-
stabbed Tamir. Wounds.
And as those glass doors close and the two of you head into the Portal Master station, two doors open and in walks Tao on the opposite side of the same place, missing you by mere moments. And you see Soul's body there at the end of the hallway, but no sign of Tamir or Malik.
I immediately run to Soul
Mhm.
and start checking him to
Okay.
see if he's alive.
You don't have Metacurgy either, do you?
No, none of us took Metacurgy.
Great. So you can just roll a survival
Is there a doctor?
or a
No.
wits check to see if you can figure out the bare minimum of what is wrong with him.
The
Though
first
it's
person who
Survival or
dies,
wits?
their next character has to be a
has
doctor.
to be a doctor.
Yeah.
Has to.
I mean, it's a good thing that you were flirting with a doctor, that she may be crazy. So a 1.
She's not crazy. She's just into different things
That's my-
than
that's
some
my
people.
Passionate
It's
about
fine. Crazy's
her
my
job.
job.
It's crazy spite.
You're
type.
not wrong, Mike.
You know.
On that note, you
Ugh.
see that Soul's eyes are wide open but filled with blackness. These tears ran down his cheeks. His dagger lays at his side near his hand, though is no longer grasped with it. And at the end is fresh blood. He is breathing. He has a pulse. And he has no direct injuries on him that you can tell.
Okay. I would know that the other end of the hallway is the Portal Masters area.
You would, though you look down, you see it, glass doors, powers on. There are 3 skeletons in this hallway, 1 nearby and then 2 much closer to that door. But that's it.
I will take Sewell's dagger and put it into one of my pockets. I will take any other guns that I find on him and put them on me. And then
what do you have on you, Sewell?
You just straight up robbed me.
Excuse me. Let me finish my sentence, please. And then I will attempt to put Sewell on my shoulder and carry him into the Portal Masters area.
Okay.
I'm taking your weapons to defend you as I carry you.
Okay,
all right, you dick.
You pick up all of this stuff. I
have
will
a Mercury
need
knife and a Vulcan pistol.
Okay, great. So that's not that much gear. So the good news is you don't have a lot of gear on you. What I do need to see, though, is the check to pick his butt up, which is a force probably, or just a straight strength check.
Okay.
Brute strength. Yeah.
I do have force. I am weak from that cryo sleep.
Okay. You go to move his body. You are weak. You can't pick him up. You can drag him.
All right, I will start dragging him then.
We see you.
I'm like, nope, not gonna work. All right, grab his feet.
And you start pulling him down the hallway. You get to the door. Mike, did you make it a manual only from the interior?
I guess I never changed it from manually open, so I guess it would be manually closed as well.
Okay, great. So it's everything seems to be functional. It lets you in.
Okay, I will go right in, shouting at the top of my lungs, Tamir!
The 2 of you make it to the station just in time to hear her shout out.
I don't know.
Tamir, come help me!
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Sewell's down. I can't figure out what happened.
Don't touch him. Stay away from him.
Too fucking late. Come help me.
As soon as Tamir goes to move, Malik grabs him. He's like,
no, you cannot do that.
Listen, ask her a question that only she would know. I don't know what these things, they just disappeared. The other one exploded. The one I killed exploded. The other ones didn't explode.
No, they chose to leave.
Shut up, Dot. I don't need your shit.
We don't know that.
I don't know that.
It exploded. The whole thing blew up, and these ones didn't do that.
Tal, what is the first dinner that we had together?
Oh.
I'm standing there like, what the fuck does he remember shit like that for? I think it was porridge and bacon. I was broke, so that's all I had.
Okay.
On porridge and bacon.
Oh my god.
Dot, you're snorting. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Well, this just turned into a very different episode from where we started.
Now it's the hot springs.
Now it's the hot springs episode.
So when she answers, Malik looks to Tamir like, is that it?
Yeah, and like Tamir just like pushes Malik and starts making his way towards Tal.
Man.
I'm going through and I'm trying to figure out what the heck is wrong with Sewell, because they're not actually answering me and I can't actually figure out what's wrong with them. So I'm not doing very much actually, but I'm like taking off parts of his exosuit, like checking for injuries and
you don't find anything.
Slapping him here and there. Like,
yeah,
come
you
on.
smack him around. Okay. You want to hit him, smack him a little bit. Roll me another force. How hard do you hit him? Because you may just slap him out of it. Who knows?
hit him pretty good, apparently.
Yeah, you slap him a few times. It doesn't seem to work. You look at the both of them. You guys watch Tal rear back and just whack against Sewell's face.
So how much?
It was more of a backhand.
Backhand. So his head thuds against the ground, and I'm going to get a roll from Sewell. As you once again, this moment passes, and you're standing there staring at this dagger that has blood on the end of it. Back in this black emptiness, you feel a pull. Something reaching for you, not in a bad way, but trying to grasp for you. And you might hear the sounds of your friends. What's happened? I don't know. They're like way, way off in the distance. But you think you hear the sound of your crew. And I'm going to have you roll we're going to make this an empathy check.
Damn it. Okay.
This will be an empathy check.
Fuck.
You smack him hard. His face now has this giant red handprint across it. He, as if for the first time, having a response but does not wake him. His tears continue to roll down his face, and the blackness still in his eyes.
Well, I got a little bit of. I tried again.
And you rear back.
It seems to be effective.
Roll another
How's a simple
force.
person.
Am I taking damage?
No, I wouldn't say
no.
This time you smack him. It's not as hard or as good, but he's still going to get a roll because you're trying to get to him. So roll another empathy based on her friend slap. Nope.
No.
It's okay. For all of you that have ever been blackout drunk and you got your best friend with you and she's like, get with it, and she's like trying to wake you up out of it. That's this moment. Eris knows what the hell I'm talking about.
No, I was that girl, like, get with it. Come on.
And I was the girl that was like, so this is working out nicely.
We're a good team.
But it does not. But again, the sound of your friends, you begin running. So your feet splashing through this blackness and water.
Yell in this down underland.
Yeah, you have your voice.
Stranger Things. Yeah, I would just start screaming like, "Hello! What the fuck? Where am I? Hello!"
After this last slap, though not very hard or effective, you think you hear him muttering.
And this is right after my little memory thing, right? Then I think I would also start yelling Hector and Brick.
You do hear very clearly 2 words escape his mouth. Hector! Brick!
So wake up. And I start shaking him because I don't want to keep hitting him. But obviously, like moving him around and jostling him is helping something.
Yeah,
it's doing something.
Roll another empathy. You'll get there eventually.
Oh my gosh!
Can I? I'm not gonna. There's no.
He has none. I mean, you just had some bad rolls. You could do it. You got 3 die.
So bad.
If no one's is anybody actually coming up to me, or are they just kind of standing around?
I believe that Tamir did.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Tamir is like full on, well, as best as he can, like running towards you and like wants to pull you away from Soul, as if Soul is like whatever those horrific monsters are. Like there is legit panic because of how close you are to him.
Do you actually touch Tal, or are you just like yelling at her?
Oh no, he will go ahead and like Tal, no, please get away from him.
What? Why? There's something wrong.
Yes, there is something very wrong. I don't know what it is. It's like he's cursed or something. But you need to stay away from him.
And I finally actually turn and look at you. Tamir, what happened? You're bleeding.
That is what happened. Please, just come in here. We'll figure that out later. But I need you to be safe.
You hear from down the hallway. Soul stabbed him.
Yeah, you hear from like around the corner because you're actually in the Portal Master's like station now.
They were space ghosts.
At that point, I dropped the top of Sewell's body because I imagine I had him like up by his shoulders, and I just kind of drop him, and I stand up, and I just look disgusted, and I kind of kick you a little bit.
Another thud to the chest. Roll an empathy.
Get wrecked, Paul.
Get wrecked. Have another empathy roll.
I love how internally Soul's having this like breaking moment with his family.
And it's your physical form is actually taking the
and
temperature.
externally
Like,
sewing your
"Please,
ribs.
Someone, and then you just see fucking Tamir. No, fuck him.
Kick him! Kick. Okay, roll another empathy.
Hey!
You did it. You get you kick, and there's like a thud. You might hear a rib crack, but you definitely know you knocked the air out of him, and he was breathing no problem. So
it was just one kick. It was just
great.
like a good damn it, why'd you
One solid
allowed to
kick.
stab my people?
Crunch rib, air knocked out. So you come to like you've been hit by a moving vehicle. And again, a gas forward, you watch as Sewell's eyes, the darkness rolls into the back of his head, and you are somewhere you weren't. Tal is standing over you. Your side hurts. Your face is hot as if somebody slapped you.
And Tal looks like she could kill you right now.
She looks super angry. Tamir's nearby. Space ghosts. And then you hear a voice from afar. And you put that dagger on your belt, Tal, his dagger. Yeah. On Tal's belt is your dagger. As if a memory, again, drips with fresh vitae, the fresh blood on the end of it.
Why are you stabbing my intern?
Okay, clearly something happened.
Yeah.
I did not stab your intern.
That's not what he says. That's not what his brother says.
So gonna attack my
I'm holding your
ghost.
dagger with blood on it, and the only person who is actually bleeding is Tamir.
I look over to Tamir, and then I eye him for any wounds and stuff.
He has got a very clear dagger wound to the gut.
Do I remember the memory and all that stuff?
You remember the memory playing through. You remember those emotions. Your heart still beats kind of fast. And that definitely the dripping dagger at Tal's side is this kind of visual reminder of the last thing in your hand when all of that went down. You don't remember stabbing Tamir.
The space ghost can't get through doors.
Malik, are you
reach
actively...
up and hit the door
No,
button
he's just
to close it?
He's standing at the door where Tamir shoved him, just waiting, dumbfounded that there's an actual space ghost, guys. We saw this, and if Sewell's fine, get him in the fucking room. Let's go.
Hold on. I honestly don't know what's happening. I don't know why you have my knife. I don't know why Tamir got stabbed. All I remember is, and he kind of stops for a minute. I don't remember much. I just know something happened, and Tamir, if I hurt you, I'm sorry. I don't.
Almost like a bad dream now.
That he's kind of
recurring nightmare that you have.
Saul's starting to get really internally frustrated at this point, just kind of because he doesn't understand what's happening. He's like,
okay, come on,
happened.
come on.
Okay.
I will help you up.
Okay.
And come on, let's get in this room.
Ribs, what the hell?
If anyone's to be mad
Sorry.
at Sewell, it's me.
Where's Malik? Why are you yelling?
Get in the room.
So we go in the room and we shut the door.
I
What
will
the hell's taking you guys so long?
kind of distance from Tamir a little bit.
Oh, when she wants
Tamir,
to grab...
let me see it.
Okay, when
Let
she
me
wants
see
to
the
grab
cut.
Sewell, we can grab Sewell. I see how it is.
I'm the captain. You do what I say. If you want to, at least if you want off this place. If you want to go in my ship.
I mean, the evil voice inside told us it wasn't your ship anymore, so...
Oh, no, it's still my ship.
Listen, there's space ghosts. Actual space ghosts.
We should probably help his brother.
First, I need to fix my engineer.
Yeah.
Tamir, take off your shirt. Let me see that wound.
Your engineer's fine. He needs to just get back to work. I haven't even started.
Yeah. I need you to stop bleeding, though.
That's what I said.
Please don't argue with me. Part of my job is to keep you alive. Nobody can go anywhere if you're not alive.
Can I take a look
Listen to
at
Space Mom.
at the wound?
No, please never call me mom again, Malik.
Tamir, I just
Don't-
want to see.
Touch me, Soul.
I have his dagger out, and I actually I turn it on. Let me see where he cut you.
So the nice.
Slow fucking process of
Insulin teen. Ugh, fine, Space Mom. I'll take my suit off.
oh my
So you managed to
I don't want to get out of my snowsuit. I just want to keep playing.
Yeah, you drop it, and you see the suit has the cut in it,
Yeah,
and there's a very,
repair the suit.
very clear, few inches wide gash into his side that is oozing blood.
Okay, this is gonna hurt, and I will take the side of the blade and cauterize it.
what?
Yeah, that's what that was what I was gonna do.
All right.
Hey, next time when I say let's take you to the metacurgy, and you say I have to work, I don't want to go. Well,
Malik, you're not helping.
I'm not trying to help.
don't-
I tried to do this a minute ago, and he was a sassy brat about it. Anyway, are you done being space ghosts? You got pummeled by space ghosts, and then you went to sleep, I assume.
You think you remember that? You remember a dark, shadowy face? One that you stared into and lost yourself?
You remember any of this? You were freaking out in the reactor room. You called me losing your mind about seeing something. Then
Now
you ran
that
up here into
face,
panic.
you'll never forget.
And then you
Oh,
ran
do
up-
I still have that thing, by the way, where if I look at people in the eyes, I'm gonna.
So ominous.
Fuck, damn, dude.
And then you
Alright.
ran up here in a panic, and then space ghosts attacked you because you were the loudest thing in the room. And then you passed out. I killed one of them. You're welcome. And then they charged at me, and then I don't know what happened. And he looks to Tamir. Also, where did you come from? The ship
So-
left.
While he's explaining that, immediately after taking the knife away from Tamir's side, Tal will essentially turn him around and just like hold his face. Are you okay? You're going off and doing all that. I'm focused on Tamir.
Are you? What happened?
I don't know. Are you okay? Are you hurt in any other way?
No, I'm fine. We need to get out of here.
Yeah, we do. I just
Ready.
made a deal with the new voice in my ship.
Wait, you what?
I'm sorry.
Huh?
What we need is to get off this place, get back to Coriolis, because there's something in my ship that has the power to take my ship to the sun, locking me in a cryo chamber, emptying everything out, tying things down, which was actually quite nice of them. And
It didn't try to kill you.
I'm sorry.
Is my robot okay?
Wait, what? Wait. I'm sorry.
I started panically trying to turn
In
it
the
on.
last 24 hours, we saw people come back from the dead. We saw a mystery child, and then I just fought literal space ghosts, and some ominous voice stole your ship, and you made a deal with it?
yeah, well, if it was, so here's the thing, that kid, definitely not just a kid.
That's what I said, and you said let it on the ship.
I had too much going on.
Yeah, with the zombies.
Yeah, I know. I was there. Anyways,
She has space madness. That's the thing.
anyways,
We could.
this thing was powerful enough to lock me in a cryo chamber, take my ship, send it to the sun, and empty everything out inside of it. If you think that I'm going to refuse a deal to give it a ride somewhere, you must be out of your fucking mind, Malik.
What if it wants to ride to the sun?
What? Listen, regardless,
Well, if it wants to take me to the sun, it could have done that already.
I'm sure she wouldn't
In
have made a
fact, it
stupid deal.
did, and it protected me.
So let's just get what we need to get, and I'm saying this with averting my eyes from everybody. Let's just get what we need to do, and let's get out of here.
So here's what the plan was when you left the vessel. Well, when the vessel left you.
I don't need that tone, Don.
The plan, if I remember correctly, was to match sound and video together.
Just gonna bring that up.
And to plot a course from this portal to Coriolis.
Right. Yep.
Is that still the plan?
Yes.
I think in the moment Malik has forgotten that.
Saul has 100% forgotten.
And it's only focused on that.
We still need to get that course plotted.
No, that's all he cares about.
Yeah, that's what I think
and he
he's
just wants
forgotten
to
the bot situation. He's more focused on this.
Right. So hearing Tal talking about this entity, it's clicking like, wait, this is what we were going to do. I am now no longer in he's not in his exoshell right now. So Malik, I need to plot this course now. But you plug into me, take whatever information that you need, and put my audio and Soul's video together. We need to figure out what that is that decided to hitch a ride. Okay?
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, it said we can call it whatever we want. So think of some names.
Asshole.
I don't think that helps.
Could have been a real asshole and just deposited my ship in the sun.
Do you have a gun?
Yes, I've got 3.
Can he have one back?
I look at Sewell. You're not going to shoot me, are you?
No.
All right, I'll give you your Vulcan pistol back.
Can I have my dagger?
You're not going to stab me, are you?
No.
Sure about that?
Yes.
Better not.
Okay.
I'll kick you even harder, and I'll hit it, and I'll
That
give
was
you back.
you?
Yeah. Nobody else will go near you. You got a nice handprint on your face, too.
Oh, God. I started rubbing.
There are space ghosts!
That's why I just need to get this done now so we can get off.
Look, okay, just you stand there at the door. Do your shitty thing. You also stand at the door, Captain.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go
Listen,
look.
the ghosts have... Oh, God. Ugh. The ghosts have bones on the inside.
I will keep an eye out.
The ghosts have bones on the inside. They can't get through the doors if you close the doors. I don't know what happens if they leave the bones. That's why any motions to the corpses on the floor. I gotta...
wait, so are there corpses? Is there corpses?
They're not corpses. They're skeleton.
There's 2 skeletons right outside the door.
Clean skeletons.
Okay. Outside though, right? Not inside, outside.
Just outside the door, as if
just
they were
outside the
pounding on
glass door.
I'll just stand by the door with my pistol, just waiting.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm probably about 10 feet behind him, leaning up against a counter, arms crossed.
I will be checking my thing to see if my robot's functional though.
Malik sits in a huff at the computer and starts doing stuff with these.
So tell me who is plotting the course and who is matching the audio video.
I'm matching the
Tamir
video.
yeah.
Okay, so that's gonna be your data gen roll. Yeah. Give it data gen.
What?
After a few minutes, I'll probably go and see if Tamir needs any help, because I do have some special abilities for plotting courses.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say plotting the course. You can do data gen, but it would also be technology, right? I've got to remember what the roles are here. Technology.
I hope it's a tech, because I do not have data gen.
Yeah, we'll do technology. That's fine. Or science, either one. Because this is
they're the same for me.
So, yeah, perfect. Okay, so pick.
They're both wet. Oh yeah, what is that, Mike? I saw your message.
I
don't have that written.
It's called quickest route. You find the quickest route. Travel takes about half the time, or you avoid one encounter along the way.
Oh, I have that too.
We all have it. It's our crew.
It's our crew one. Yeah.
Never mind.
I thought that was a me thing.
Yeah,
it's an everyone. It's like your shared ability for the group on the.
But
they basically get it because
we know the shortest route.
We do, but you can also
We
So
can
you
also
can either have the shortest route and have the time, or avoid
Or
an
the
encounter.
safest, right?
Oh, cool. Let's do safe.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna avoid
Dot-
an encounter.
Dot does get a doctor's point, but
I mean,
Beep-beep-beep-boop.
let's just get to Coriolis.
I just want to get back to civilization, guys.
Please.
All right, so
Well, these
you
guys
Have an
It's
actual
very
med bay.
roll up
Yeah.
your technology or science, whichever you choose to use to plot this course. This will be the first time that that Tamir has ever had to plot a portal jump.
Oh no, this is very, very scary. Can you take the talisman, which he's still a little angry at, and just like, like a little trinket or something on like an office desk, and just like put it up there?
Yeah, it's still, you hear it like almost like a cell phone. It vibrates.
All right.
Nicely done. It takes you some time, and you know that the computer is going to have to run an algorithm for a long time, especially if you're attempting to avoid any kind of interaction. So basically what you're doing is you're jumping through, which one did we come through? Hamara.
Taoan.
To Taoan.
Harabi.
The Harabi system. So basically you're bypassing Harabi. You're like
Correct.
darting through.
We are beelining
beelining for Coriolis.
to Coriolis.
You're pretty sure you have it right. Let's pray to the icons that you do. But the algorithm has to run. And as it runs, you all gather around Malik, who has pieced together the audio and video from the jump to the Taoan system. Do you hit play?
As curious as I am, Tal is not going to watch.
Okay.
She's keeping her eye on the door.
Okay. But you'll listen because there's audio, yeah? Okay.
I mean, can't avoid it. We're in the same room.
you know what? I have a question for you, Dot. Are these like basically the exact same controls as the Hamura station?
Yeah.
Like
These
same-
all the portal stations are the same.
Same protocols and stuff like that? Okay, then much like what I did at the portal station before, since I know how to do it now, I'm going to open up a channel and I'm going to port this to the ship.
Okay, so that
And
you
then-
have a copy of it.
Yeah, but I think as soon as everyone like starts to, or I think probably Tamir, right? Because everyone else is guarding the door. As it says he's done, he like hits the button and sends it and says it's on the ship, and he gets up from the terminal. Like,
But you do not hit play.
no, he sends it to
No.
the ship, and then stands up from the terminal.
Are we not gonna watch it?
It's on the ship. Why would we watch it in the terminal, full of space ghosts?
Because we still have to wait at least 25 more minutes until the algorithm is completed.
And
Do
then
we
you
need
said
to-
they can't.
There's like a bar.
Do we need to be here for it? Can we wait
Yes.
on the ship?
No, we don't have to. be here?
One
Oh,
person has to hit the like upload button. So like once the algorithms run, you have to put it over to the ship. So one person will have to stay to hit that button.
Why
and
is
then
your
you
shit so inefficient? And he slumps back down in the chair. And hits-
Because there's usually a portal master to hit the freaking button.
Well, I wanna see what's on the thingy.
This place is supposed to be manned 24 hours a day.
Yeah, with like
click.
100
We
people.
hear a click. That's it. Screen comes up. We watch out the front of the vessel. This kind of hover of the camera as Gizmo captures everything that happens out of the front of the ship. Usually, after the captain jumps in their cryopod, the front windows are shut, but not today. All you hear is the sound of Tamir's breath and cryo sleep over the audio for quite a while. You watch as the ship undocks, comes out, final buttons of the hand of Tal disappears. And then the ship makes its jump through what can only be described as a wormhole, dense enough that it is devoid of light in any way. It rips and bends time and space in a way that our mortal minds cannot actually comprehend. And as it tears past and the camera picks all of this up, there is a moment, a flash of light, a tear in time and space. Do you stop it or do you let it play?
I let it play.
Great. It plays through. All you see is, like I said, a burst of light and almost like a streak of lightning as it cracks through. And then we hear sound, something more than breath, and that of empty white noise of a vessel. A scream. Many screams, one after another, but there's one in particular that rings out true, as if you have broken it open. It's not necessarily a scream of danger or injury, but of freedom. A shout of a being. Something horrid as it ekes out of the darkness. Had Tamir been awake to hear this, it might have in fact ate away at his brain. And it rings out, causing all of you to actually have to cover your ears. And you see in the video, as the light dissipates, a figure. Ghostly and ethereal in its nature. Its hands and face drag across the front of your vessel as if you have hit something. And then within a blink of an eye, everything comes to a slow, resounding stop. No light, no bending, no stars. The only thing in front of you is a broken apart vessel, the same one that you all saw when you made your jump through the Taoan system and awoke. Silence again, and only the sound of Tamir's breath.
That was horrifying.
Yeah, I'm really glad that I don't have to be awake for that normally.
Is that normal through jumps to see? Can I mimic?
Well,
Actually, Sewell,
Ah, shit.
your gut drops out.
Damn it, I knew it.
You know that face.
Okay, in that case, I don't say any of that. I will, during the video play, when I see that face, I would immediately turn around and walk away.
You guys would see that Sewell can't finish the video. And as there's a click again for the stopping, white noise fills in from the freighter or from the station that you're on. There is a buzzing sound from the terminal next to you. And it says, space jump plotted to the Coriolis station.
perfect. Let's get out of here. You okay, Sil?
Yeah. Let's just go.
You sure about that?
Yeah, let's just go.
Cool. All right, please don't shoot us.
I'm.
Everybody ready? Tamir, you okay?
Yeah. Let's go.
You sure?
Yeah.
Malik?
You know what? Dot, can I, this computer has, like, big boy access to the space station, right? Can I download a report of what happened here? There's no people here. Somebody
Correct.
must have caught some kind of alarm. There must have been something.
You
that
can
happened.
put out. You can basically download the last entries were a couple weeks ago, but you can download it all and send it over to the vessel if you'd like.
I would like that.
Okay, yeah, you download what has been left of like captain's logs. Well, I guess here it would be like commander logs, and any of the jumps that had been made and those kinds of things. As you but the last one you see was entered a few weeks ago.
Okay.
And it was entered by the reactor core crew.
Right.
It was all maintenance by the end.
And it was this. Was it the same time frame as the original distress call?
If you quickly look through it and you line your times up, the jump would have the distress beacon would have gone out all the way to Coriolis from the mining colony. This looks to be the last entry is about 3 or 4 days after that. And like I said, the last entries are made by the reactor crew only.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Then I'm gonna download that to the ship.
Perfect.
Or
You download it to the ship.
To my comms platform in the ship.
Do you all go back to the ship? All of you gather your things and leave this empty station once again with nothing but shadow and darkness behind. As you gather in the kind of cargo area of this vessel, you've basically set a timer on it, and you have an amount of time to make your jump, and you will do so successfully. There's no sign of a child or a voice, and I would think it's probably rather quiet between all of you. You've got exactly 12 minutes to pod up and to get where you need to be before the jump activates.
Well, Malik does have to get naked, so.
And Malik's got to get naked. And as all of you gather, plot, put yourselves into a cryostasis, there is nothing but silence aboard the vessel of the Defiant. You each slowly fall asleep, and when your eyes open out of the front of the vessel, you can see it. Coriolis. Ships buzz around you, an active station, breathing life into the third horizon. You've returned home successfully. What you do after this, we'll have to find out next week.
Yay! We made it back.
I feel like we made it back,
space.
but I don't feel like we made it back.
Did you? Yeah. Anytime you go out into space, you always leave a part of yourself behind.
I don't feel good about this game.
Hell yeah, I left something behind.
What are you talking about, Mike? This is a great game. This is such a good story. Ugh. It's torture, but it's fun torture.
Mm-hmm. The best type.
Noam and I are going to decompress
That's
for
it.
hours playing Space Boys.
Whoa, yes.
Where no space goes, it can't hurt you if you're a wet warrior. That's just a fact.
Can I please be a dry warrior?
No, you can't.
Us and I are going to be dry warriors. Thank you very
can't.
much.
There's
I
so much
refuse your
worse.
wetness.
This has been episode 10 of Void, a Coriolis campaign. We are back. We're back, bitches. We're in Coriolis again. Well, close enough.
Oh, man.
That being said...
You've been gone for what, like 8 episodes?
Yeah, in reality, we've been gone for like 3 days. It's the curse of tabletop games. It's like, fuck.
You've been gone longer than that. You've been
Much
gone longer than that.
Mhm.
You've been gone about a week.
Okay,
Been gone about a week.
that's fair. Even still. It's
With little to no
it's
sleep.
been
I think
a
you
lot.
guys have only slept once. All of this is actually just a sleep deprived.
Yeah, we're all just
None
hallucinating.
of it's real. We never even left.
Yeah, I was gonna say we never left.
It's,
It was just.
Speaking
Cryo
of
chambers never opened.
Speaking of We Never Left, come check out this podcast. It's at We
Yeah,
Never
yeah.
Left Podcast on Twitter. That being said, we are out of here. Let's go around, do our introductions, and we'll get the hell out of your hair. So let's go with the Monster of the Week. Dot, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
I'm your dotliest dotty monster. Yeah, sorry, I just got an important email. I'm the dear dotliest dot monster, and I'm supposed to go to a stream right after this, which I'll tell you guys about at the end. But you can catch me throughout the week on Tuesdays playing a North Sea Epilogues campaign with our lovely Eris as part of that crew. It's been a really interesting show, and they have made some really interesting choices, big ones, and it's just like, the game's just, it's so epic, it's so great. Okay, I'm loving it. Come check that out. Tuesday nights, Thursdays I'm here. Saturdays I'm over on unMadeGaming, vampiring it the hell up. Sundays,
That's roll for it.
roll for it. I'm vampiring it the hell up, and then on Sundays, I'm not doing anything right now. This Sunday we are closing out the Dragon Age campaign, though. You can come check that out as we wrap that story up. I think those are the big things. Those are, yeah. I mean, could just follow me online, gang. I do so much stuff.
At little underscore man underscore dot.
Yes, correct. And PSA for today: 1, wash your hands. 2, go support an arts organization. Your venues, your theaters, your museums are all going to have to shut their doors for the next few weeks because of this coronavirus. So if you love one, help them out, because guess what? When they close their doors and they don't sell tickets, they don't get to pay their employees. And I'm one of those employees. So go make a donation. Or if you have a ticket and you want to cancel, don't cancel. Just tell them you want to turn your ticket into a donation.
Sweet.
I like that idea.
On
That's great.
On that charitable note, we'll go over to Eris. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
Hello, I'm Erisavad. I do a lot of things. First thing I do is like my day job, I guess. I make stuff. I make a lot of things. Gaming accessories, dice trays, dice bags, all sorts of stuff. You can find all the things that I make on erisavad.com. The rest of the time, I play a lot of RPGs. On Tuesdays, you can find me on Little Red Dot's channel playing Viking, who's awesome. Thursdays, you can find me here. Fridays, you can find me on Savrik's channel at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We are playing a 5e Planescape campaign, which is a very horrible, I say horrible, it's a horror campaign, and it is so good. And Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, you can find me on Open for Adventure, where I play a completely different person. That is a homebrew 5th edition campaign, super fun. And because I do all sorts of stuff, you should actually really just follow me on Twitter at Eris_Savad. Like it says, like right down here, right there. It's like right there-ish. Yeah, that's where all the stuff goes to.
Hell yeah. Let's jump over to Paul. Who are you? Where can find you on the internet, and what are you up to?
Hello, I'm Paul. You can find me at N1123 on Twitter, Instagram, all the nonsense, Twitch, YouTube, all that. Yeah, you can find me here on Thursdays. I really don't even know what I am at this point. I started off as like cold-hearted assassin. Now I'm like, oh, I can't even look at you in the eye. So we'll see what happens to Soul. But yeah, I'm also making a podcast with my girlfriend called Athena's Odyssey. And it is a one-on-one podcast so that I can learn how to DM and she can learn how to play. I point this way because she's right there. I'm not just doing gestures. There's her hand. Anyway, but yeah, so you can find that on our Twitter. And then that's pretty much it. I have some other projects that I'm really excited about, but that won't be until later. So hush on that.
Sweet. And last but not least, Gnome, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And don't forget to tell us about your podcast.
Which one?
Both of them.
Both of that? Yeah, we're doing that. All right,
Yeah.
We're gonna do that. Hi, my name is Gnome. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram at NoMedic. I do a bunch of TTRPG things in TTRPG spaces. Namely, 2020 is hashtag Gnomes in Space. So I'm playing the majority of games that are sci-fi related and most often in space. We got some Expanse stuff coming up, got some more Coriolis stuff coming up. Obviously, I'm here doing some Coriolis, and we get a season 2, so I'm like really excited for it. But as Mike said, I do have a podcast that's going to be coming up that has a fantastic cast, although Mike's in it too. So it is called We Never Left. It is also a Coriolis game where we don't really make it to the third horizon. We don't really make it to Coriolis. We are still stuck in the first horizon, so we're going to see what sort of mayhem and darkness has kind of invaded there. Super excited for that. Also, who just randomly, I guess Mike and I are in another podcast together called Hot Dice Daddies, and we're going to be recording episode one. Don't Hot Dice Daddies.
Can I just hop in here for a moment, please?
Hot Dice Daddies.
Yes, we can.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, we can if we did.
So I would like to say I was the first unofficial official guest
That's true.
That is true.
without
Let me
even
tell you
knowing
this,
it.
clearly Hot Daddies don't give a mess about this dot because I haven't been asked.
Hey, no, hold on. I was not asked. I clicked the Zoom chat that was in our little group chat one day.
To be fair, we've only asked one person, and it's because he's a dream daddy. So
Right.
we figured that had to be
I'm
it.
a dream daddy.
No, I think he's literally,
Girl,
Fact,
had-
that's true, Dot. But like,
but he's literally
he
like a
is
voice
a
of one of the dream
daddy,
from the game.
like from the game.
Oh, okay.
So
Don't worry, we're
They
sending out
clearly have
invites
standards
soon.
Yeah.
for their
Listen,
dream
when they
daddies.
posted that Zoom link,
Well, I
that
was the
an
first
open
one,
invite
so-
for all of us.
It was an
Yeah.
open
So-
invite. If the Zoom link's in there, y'all welcome.
So-
We can talk about this later. Anyways, so Hot Dice Daddies is
If
a
you're
brand new
not-
podcast. You can follow us
I hate both of you.
on Twitter, and we have a Patreon.
yeah, both at Hot Dice Daddies.
Which already have patrons.
If
So there is clearly a need for folks to talk about dice and the stories that they tell.
that's true.
That's it. That's what we do.
If you are not following We Never Left podcast is that what it is on Twitter?
Nope.
No, you know what? It's at We Never Left RPG.
Boom.
If you are not following that, please go follow that. And when you do follow that, please tweet at them and include the hashtag We're Still Here so that we know you came from unMade Gaming. That being said, if you want to see what it is to be a hot
so
dice
much.
daddy, please check us out on Twitter as well as Patreon. It is a little bit of a joke, but it's also not a joke. We're making a podcast. We're talking
If
about
you
people
want to
about
know
their
what a
love for
real
dice.
hot daddy's like, you can come follow Little Red Dot.
Dot, we're gonna have you on the show. We're gonna talk about you. We're gonna talk about dice. We're gonna talk about being a hot daddy.
Gosh, the shade.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, you don't gotta be bad. Like,
That's good because I can't meet that standard.
Well,
neither can we.
Dice Daddy is a state of mind, right?
Yes,
Isn't that what
Dice
you
Daddy
said?
is an
Dice Daddy is
a
an
state of
attitude.
mind.
It's an attitude.
It's an attitude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Attitude.
Well, I got plenty of that.
hot is a
This
state of
entire-
mind. Dice
and that's
daddy
why
is
you
a attitude.
you are also a hot dice daddy.
Yep.
But you got to be on the show to be an official hot
Okay.
dice daddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm official, bitches.
You
There-
know,
Sorry.
Aries is already official.
All right.
There is merch coming. We are shooting the first
Oh my
episode
God.
tomorrow. That'll be out next week. And speaking of other
Paul
things coming out
hates
next
us so
week,
much.
please check out the Dark Fortunes podcast. This outro is a shit show. At Dark Fortunes Pod, it is my new podcast that Gnome edits. It's D&D 5e in Humblewood. That's it. We're out of here. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Mike gets so frustrated with